Hi guys, welcome to our first live video. My name is Andrea and I'm the co-owner of Easy Preps. And today we're going to be interviewing Maria, and she's going to be sharing with us her lifestyle, what her lifestyle has been like this last year. Here at Easy Preps, not only do we want to provide you healthier meals, but we also want to create a community where we can come together and share our experiences and help each other out. So first question for Maria is, what was your lifestyle before you decided to make this change?
Wow, I think 180 degrees of difference. I would say every aspect of my life was different. I led a very sedentary lifestyle. I mean, I am a teacher, so I was on my feet. I am on my feet a lot, but before then I was on my feet, but I think that was all the mobility I had. I would go home, sit down. A lot of the tasks that I had to do was sitting down. I didn't feel like I had the energy to get up and move around. A lot of the meals that I had were in a rush, and sometimes maybe I had 2 meals a day. I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand, where they think that you're overweight, and they think that you're overweight because you sit down and you scarf down, 5, 6, 7, 8 meals. A lot of the time is that you don't eat, so your body, doesn't get what it needs. And when you do eat, you eat what is at hand. And a lot of the times, being a mom and a teacher and just being very busy, I would maybe have a coffee, have a piece of bread in the morning, a muffin, a bagel, whatever, and then I wouldn't have lunch sometimes, or I would have whatever was at the corner store ready. My school is very far out. We're not close to any restaurants, so it was what was at hand, and a lot of the time that wasn't healthy. Now I think about what I would eat, and I can't begin to imagine what I was doing to my body then. So it's just a big, complete change into how I feel, how I shop, how I feel inside, and what I feel capable of.
What has been, or what would you say has been one of your biggest challenges so far?
Time management, and really making sure that I prioritize myself, because juggling everything that life throws at you, it's so easy for you to just take yourself out of what you're juggling and forget about you. So with my new lifestyle change, it has been really important to communicate with my husband about what I need him to take on, or really what my time has to be, and also making sure that I don't put work as a priority. As a teacher, it's so easy for you to make sure you want to get all your grades done, and everything else comes before you. So I've learned to really leave work at a decent time so that I have time for me, so that I can go get my cardio in, so that I can go spend time with my son and do homework with him, so that I can go ahead and make sure I plan my meals and I prep the food that I need to prep. So it has been a challenge to make sure that I always make time for me, and that I really am, that I stick to that I don't let myself get taken out of that rotation, because it's so easy to do so. So it's just really keeping it 100%, making sure that I give me my time every day.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's a lot to handle at once. I don't have kids, so I have no idea what it's like to be a mom, but I mean, I have a nephew, and that's a handful. So I definitely give you and all the moms out there props that, go to work, our wife, and still have time to get their exercise in, and, prep all their meals for the week and for the family. With that being said, did you know exactly what you were doing exercise-wise? I mean, did you walk into the gym like, oh yeah, I know how to squat, I know how to do bicep curls and all that? What was your experience with exercise?
I had probably, if I could have a negative experience, a negative 10, that's probably where I was at when I started. I had tried the gym out before, I think right after college when I moved back, and I had seen progress, but I was spending 2 hours at the gym every day. I mean, I guess I do that now. I wasn't as focused. I wasn't weighing myself. I really didn't know what I was doing. I guess I was kind of portioning out. I knew the basics, but I didn't feel comfortable. It was very much feeling uncomfortable and like I didn't belong, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a goal in mind. And when I started this almost a year ago, I started out walking, which was a really good progress. And now just adding exercise by exercise, really trying to get one down. So I appreciate that you and Christian haven't pushed me full on into things that I've been really sectioned off, like, okay, we're gonna do legs, or we're going to focus just on these 4 exercises, get those down, get the form right, and work from there. And now I feel like I can make a workout routine for myself. At the beginning, I remember it would take me maybe an hour to do something because I had to look it up, and then I had to make sure that the form was right, but then I didn't know. So a lot of the times you would see me and I'd be on the phone, and it wasn't that I wasn't working out, but I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do and making sure, because I would forget the exercise names. Okay, what did he say? Wait, but was it that one or the other one? No, but it was really just finding my comfort. And then when I didn't know, I would just make something up. It's okay, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. Let's do those 2 sets. Let's maybe do more reps or add more weight or try something new. But it was always sticking to it and making sure I remember thinking, you just have to break a sweat, and that means you're working out at the beginning.
So can you remind us how much you've lost in this short period of time? I mean, in actually about what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks on the 15th, which is her birthday, it'll be a year that she started her journey, and she is down 75. Have you always been motivated? Has the road, has your journey been rainbows and sunshine?
Oh, I wish. No, there have been weeks where I don't make progress, or there have been weeks where I feel like I have no energy, where things happen at work, where I have a meeting that I forgot, so my schedule gets thrown off and I don't get to go into the gym or to do my cardio. And that has thrown a wrench into things. A lot of the times it's also been psychological, kind of when I look at myself and I feel like I'm not making progress. So I feel like it has slowed it down a little bit at times, because there's a lot of self-doubt. And so the mental aspect of this weight loss is a big part. And I think it's sometimes we neglect really easily to forget about how much you get in the way of yourself, or how much you have issues that you haven't worked through that you need to work through to be able to move on. So it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine, but I do know that on those weeks where I haven't made the progress, I always try to go and do something that is going to remind me of how far I've come. Whether it's to go to the store, maybe not to buy myself something, but to try something on that I would never have tried on before. Where I would go to a store and there was nothing in my size, and I would leave feeling frustrated, and I hated shopping. And now when I go, even if I'm not gonna buy something, even if I try it on, it fits. And it's sometimes it's a size smaller than I thought it would fit me. Yeah. And now I fit into that size. So I try to do something like that just to remind myself, like, hey, look at where you're at, look at your progress pics, look at how much you have accomplished, and be okay with it. You don't have to. It's not a race. Because sometimes I feel people think it's a race. You have to get here by then. Yes, it's great to set goals, but you also have to be kind with yourself. I was, 30 something years or 32 years in that habit, in that cycle of eating unhealthy or not having the best eating habits. So in 1 year, I'm not going to undo all of that. And sometimes when I'm stressed, I will fall back into craving or into making not a healthy choice, but that doesn't define me. And you have to remember that just because you didn't meet that goal that day, it's not going to define you. So it's really pushing through and reaching out. Like, I text you when I'm not feeling like putting a workout in, I need a workout buddy for that day. Let's go, push me. And then you leave feeling like, okay, this is what I was doing, this is what I need to do, let's go, let's get it done.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that like I say, bad habits don't happen overnight, and they're definitely not gonna go away overnight.
Definitely.
It's a continuous work, and we are a work in progress, and there's always something to push for, every single day there's always something that you can work for.
Definitely.
Last but not least, if there is something you could, or a tip, advice you could give somebody out there that is ready to make that change in their life, what would it be?
I would tell them to not be afraid to fail, because that was probably the biggest thing that would hold me back. feeling that I was going to try something and I was going to let people know that I was trying this one thing and that I wasn't going to be successful, and everyone was going to be like, oh, there you go again, trying something else and it's not even working. So I think, yeah, those negative, there's always people out there that are going to be negative around you, and you just have to move past them and just ignore that, because a lot of the time that's just a reflection of how they feel.
Exactly.
So really don't be scared to try something new, get out. If it doesn't work, oh well, try something different, see what changes. But you have to make sure that you are making it about you, and that you're not doing this for somebody else. You're not doing this because somebody told you something. You have to really want it for yourself. When I started, the week before I started, I was crying probably every time I was alone. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I avoided the mirrors. You can go back in my Instagram feed and you will find pictures of this part of me. This is all I wanted to show because that's the only part I really felt comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Everything else I didn't want to. And a lot of the times when I took full body pictures, reality hit me. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you angle yourself. And so I avoided that. And it really, something just clicked. I was like, I'm not happy. There's something that's making me unhappy and I need to just face it. And part of that was that I was neglecting myself so much. So it is about the weight loss. It is about looking, I like the way I look now, but it's more so about the way I feel. Because you can be, you can be all shapes and sizes and feel comfortable. I didn't feel that comfort. And that's why I needed to make that change. Not to mention my health. That I've reaped so many benefits. But for me, it was really about not being uncomfortable in my own skin, which I was. So don't be afraid to fail. Go ahead. You're not there to prove anything for anybody else but to yourself, and try again, because it's totally worth it.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. I think that your journey, your experience, and everything in between has been amazing to witness, and I think that you have motivated and inspired so many people out there, including myself. I'm human and I have my struggles, and I think that seeing you be so committed and seeing you so happy with that smile on your face and getting that text like, hey sis, are we gonna hit legs today, or what are we gonna make, are we gonna prep our meals, etc. Has been a wonderful experience, and I enjoy sharing that. I enjoy the environment that we have created, and I hope that we can share this with everybody out there and continue doing videos like this. So please feel free to comment, ask questions. You guys can DM us, and our whole the whole purpose of these videos is to create that community that helps each other, and we, like I said, we share our experiences and succeed in whatever goals that we have. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.